Hello, I am Rachel Hill, the CEO of Travel Logic Global. At Travel Logic Global, we help tourism bureaus, government entities, and travel brands and organizations increase their tourism revenue and their brand awareness utilizing digital marketing, social media, and communication strategies. In this video, we are actually going to go over our Logic framework. So the Logic framework is how we approach every single project that Travel Logic Global gets. And the framework is pretty simple, but what it does is allow for both the stakeholders, the clients, and for our team to, number one, be on the same accord and to understand what is happening through the journey of the project or the campaign. So I would love to share with you our framework and looking forward to utilizing our framework to help your organization, your department increase revenue and also increase brand awareness. So really quickly, let's talk about Travel Logic Global. We have over 15 years of travel and tourism industry experience. We understand the challenges of the industry. We understand the ups and downs. And in particular, we understand how something like a global pandemic can absolutely disrupt our industry and what we can do to make sure that even in times like this, we are able to repivot and continue to move forward in the industry with innovative and creative ways to do so. So some of the facts about us is that we actually support over 14 global languages, primarily the language that you would need support in, we can help you. We also collectively have traveled to over 100 countries on the team. And again, we have a team full of experts in data and technology and of course, customer support and service. We are a data-driven organization. I actually have a background in technology and in data science, and we also have some data scientists on our team. Now, at Travel Logic Global, we believe in the idea that if you cannot measure it, you cannot scale it, you cannot maximize it. So we are really big on making decisions based off of data and not based off of what we assume or what we think would work best. First, let's start with the L in the Logic framework. The L in the framework means to learn. Team and I actually sit down with the clients and try to understand and learn more about the challenges that are currently happening on the team or the project. And so the way that we do this is by, number one, looking at the current KPIs and goals that are in place. So we try to understand what is the current environment, what is the current climate, what is the budget, are there constraints there, and what is the current strategy in place if there is to help reach these goals and KPIs. And if there is one in place, why isn't it working? And if there isn't one in place, then of course, we will help you create one. We like to do this by doing a very in-depth audit. There are a lot of experts on our team, including tech, copywriting, data, all of these things. And so what we do is all come together in our area of expertise, do audits in the different phases or segments of the project, and come up with a scorecard. And so with the scorecard, we are able to rate different areas and different challenges and pain points within your project or within your campaign and create a scorecard to figure out what is the priorities, what are some things that may be ongoing, or what are some things that we can maybe wait because they don't necessarily impact revenue as much as some other parts. Oh, we are seeking opportunities. So we've done an audit, we've created this scorecard. So where can we find opportunities to scale or to increase? So we take our scorecard, we look at these findings and really go through and figure out what works, what doesn't work. This is where we would sit down with the client and try to understand what are the priorities for the team, match with what we assume are the priorities from a marketing perspective. We offer our recommendations based on this. Now, of course, you have to make sure that you have your stakeholders in place and that there is enough buy-in. This is a team effort, a collaborative effort where we say, hey, this is what we found. This is what we recommend based on what your goals are. You tell us what you would like to do to move forward based on these things. Now let's talk about the G in logic. So here is where we gather to understand how we can create a strategy that actually makes sense for the client, to make sense for the campaign or the project. So we develop a strategy that makes sense, that is easy to implement, and that actually gets you to the goal with a very clear customer journey. We also want to make sure that throughout this process that we are ensuring that all the stakeholders have some say so and some buy-in, right? Oftentimes we find that maybe one group of stakeholders has their best interest in their insights in place, and that's the only lens that they can think from. And no fault to their own, but we want to make sure that we have all the stakeholders who would be impacted by this campaign or this project with the buy-in to help us understand what do we need to learn and what do we need to have in place so that everyone is happy and so that everyone is on the same page and that the expectations are clear across the board. And then if there are internal approval processes, then we make sure that we are gathering the right information, documentation, things that we need to ensure that the approval process is smooth and that we are moving forward in a forward moving momentum on our projects and not get stalled by red tape, paperwork, and other minute details that may be looked over. The I in logic means to implement and to optimize. At this point, we do the execution. The team starts to implement on strategy, on tech, on processes. After execution, then we obviously have a quality and testing phase where our team will do some quality assurance tests, write some testing scripts, and we will also ask our stakeholders, our client and stakeholders within the client project to also do some testing, again, to make sure that everyone's needs are met to the best of the ability to reach the actual goal, and also to ensure that we didn't miss anything. So by adding this quality assurance phase in here, everyone has the opportunity to see what is going on and has an opportunity to tactilely touch the project and give any feedback so we can go ahead and optimize. Optimizing looks like taking the feedback and implementing it, doing some A/B testing, right? So testing assets or segments or parts of the project to make sure that we are getting as much traffic, as many conversions, as many impressions, whatever our KPIs are as possible. And lastly, the C in logic is to curate. So this is one of our favorite parts, or I'll say my favorite part is the data analytics reporting. We are really big on extrapolating data rather, so you can make data-driven decisions. Allow the data to tell you what is working and make decisions based on the data and not based on your own personal biases. And so we do that by offering our clients a custom proprietary dashboard where they are able to see all of their insights based on their campaign. So whatever it is we are measuring, our technical team will hook up all the back end pieces to our dashboard so that the client can easily see what is happening, can easily see the health and the wellness of their project, of their analytics, of their social channels, of their email marketing, whatever it is we're working on. And then from there, we generate a report of all of our findings. We like to give a report just to talk about the things that we've implemented, some of the some additional opportunities that we saw, some of the challenges that we may have faced. A lot of different information is sent over in this really big report just to wrap up what we did, how we were able to do it, and moving forward some other things that can be done to scale and to optimize even more. And then, of course, we do not like to leave you hanging. So we go through a post project follow up sequence with our clients just to make sure that everything is still working, that everything is still moving forward, and that it is moving towards the actual goals. We really love to build relationships with our clients to make sure that they are successful. And with that being said, that is the logic framework. We are so excited to have you here watching this presentation on our framework and how we work with clients. If you would like to connect with us, you can go to travellogicglobal.com, and you can also email us here, and you can also connect with us on YouTube and LinkedIn as well. Thank you.